Did she really change my life the way that only Jesus can change your life? Absolutely not. But today I want to share with you the way that this wonderful woman, Omobabirin, Adeola Osideko, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing the name properly, changed my life. So thank you so much for joining today. This is David Lawal, the Masterful Speakers Coach, and I hope that we're going to have a beautiful time today. Just before I go telling the story, I want to tell you also that I'm going to be sharing with you some three creatives, writers, speakers, entrepreneurs who I believe that you should be following, you should be learning from. So get ready to celebrate them. And I want to know who is live with me. Who is live with me? Let me know who is live with me. Okay. Leave a comment and then let me know you are here with me. You can also invite friends you want to see this. So let's get to it. Yeah, it's going to be a very brief story, and then I will share two lessons that I learned from that experience with you. So it was just a few months, or perhaps a month or two, to my wedding, and the previous week before I spoke to Omobabirin, that's Minta. I just call her Coach Minta, whatever. You know, Minta means mother in the abroad. That's what she's often called, Coach Omobabirin, Adeola Osideko. So the previous week I had spent a lot of money, and I needed to. In fact, I spent hundreds of thousands naira, and during that season, it was a time where you were spending heavily, but you couldn't even really focus much on work. And as an entrepreneur, trust me, it's not very easy to prepare, particularly in the midst of the economy just recovering from the effects of COVID. that was quite a rough season, but it was just necessary for us to do it. So at that moment, I was trying to raise some money, and so I reached out to friends who are going to help me to post my masterclass advertisement videos on their status, so that at least I could have more reach quite organically. So I reached out to her. Before then, I'd connected with her, and we had started to rap, and I reached out and I was like, here is this video, here is this copy. Kindly help me put it on your status, ma'am. And I'll be so glad if you could do that for me, because this is the reason I'm raising money. And so she told me that she couldn't do it. Yeah, she changed my life, right? She told me she couldn't do it. And the next thing I heard was, okay, you said you're preparing for your wedding, right? I said, yeah, I'm preparing. That's why I'm trying to raise funds. And that's why I'm trying to sell this masterclass to as many people as possible. And your influence is going to really, really help and make a great difference. So what she said was, okay, you know what? I am not going to do that, because I can't do that. Now, in retrospect, I actually saw why she couldn't do that. I didn't feel any bad about it, because I know that there are certainly people who will reach out to me. I would ask me to promote their stuff that I might not be able to promote. And definitely I promote people's stuff. That's something I love to do, particularly my masterful speakers. I love to promote their stuff. But I could understand with her. And so she told me, she said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you something, at least that could help you. Just take that as my gift to you in preparation for your wedding. So I didn't tell her what amount I needed, because I had raised several hundreds of thousands at that moment that I was going to be needing for the next spending I was going to be doing. So I had just 15,000 rand left to be able to hit the goal that I was trying to hit at that moment. So after a while, on the very day I needed the money, she just reached out to me, and guess what? She sent me the exact 15,000 naira. The exact. I mean, I didn't tell her anything, but that was exactly the amount I needed, and she sent it. And whoa, that was it. I was able to hit that goal without any delay. So how did she change my life? It's not like she really change my life the way Jesus changes lives, right? I believe that the only person that can perform a radical, eternal change in our lives is Christ Jesus, right? Today being Sunday. And not only because today being Sunday, is a constant reality every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year of every decade of every if we could say golden jubilee of every millennium. So the constant reality is that Jesus only changes lives. But interestingly, she changed my life because she taught me some life transforming lessons that day, some life changing leadership lessons that I have kept in my mind. I want to give a great shout out to Mr. Olujide Jacob. Good to have you here, sir. God bless you, all the way from Ibadan. Great. So two lessons that I learned from her, from that experience, and I've written out the lessons. So the first lesson is, when you cannot do exactly what a younger creative requests of you, but are still willing to help, find other means. Before that experience, there were times that some people would reach out to me and I would be able to help them. Other times, other people would reach out to me and I would not be able to help them. And I would just apologize that I'm sorry I could not practically help you. But just based on that experience that I heard, every time people reach out to me, maybe for money or anything, and I don't have that particular amount that they are asking, I don't have that amount to spare, what I do is this: I let them know, say, this is what I can give you. And if at that moment all what I have is actually already budgeted, I could actually tell them that, see, we have this masterclass. If you could sell it, for this particular amount, I'm going to give you far greater than the amount of commission, the percentage of commission that I give to our marketers, because I know that you need money at this time. So basically, it was this experience that really transformed me, and I made up my mind that when you cannot do exactly what a younger creative requests of you, but are willing to help, don't just stomach your willingness, because that willingness not carried forth into action makes no difference in the life of that creative, doesn't help that creative glow, like we talked about last week. If you're going to help that creative glow, what you've got to do is to find another means of helping that creative, even though you cannot do exactly what the creative asks you to do. It might be that doing it might open the doors to several more requests. It might be that doing it might have a negative impact on your brand. Omobabirin, Osideko, Adeola, Coach Omobabirin, Osideko Adeola is a branding coach. She coaches people on branding, on public speaking as well. And so definitely these are things that she's trying to protect the brand. And maybe at what I sent to her back then wasn't something that really fit that brand image that she was trying to portray. So I totally understood her, but I also learned this beautiful lesson from her, that when you cannot do exactly what a younger creative requests of you, make sure that you find a way to express your willingness in a way that will be life transforming to that creative. Then the second lesson I learned is that true selflessness does not take advantage of people. I can remember then, when she sent it, and I was like super excited, and I was like, thank you so much. And I reached out to her the next day. Thank you. I'm willing to serve you in whichever way you want me to serve you. Like, what can I do? Like, you made a great difference in my life yesterday. What can I do to also add value to you? And she was like, no, not really. Don't bother about it. I did it out of my heart, and I'm not expecting anything in return. And I was like, wow, what generosity. And I really thanked her for a large heart. So here is something that we can all learn from that experience, from that story. We can learn that true selflessness does not take advantage of other people, does not take advantage of the very fact that you've helped them. Then you can now use them to accomplish your means. Now, there's a difference between a deal when you're saying this is the deal and this is the deal. Like, I give you this and you give me that. And that's the agreement right from the start, right? There's a difference between that and you doing something for someone, and because you've done something for that person, you want to keep reaping lots of benefits from that person. So that's just taking advantage of that person. It was John Boyan who said that we have not truly lived any day if we've not done something for someone who cannot repay us. So I learned that from her, and that was quite a beautiful lesson. And I just want anyone who watches this, like whether you're watching it live or watching the replay, I want you to just drop in the comment section, thank you, Omobabirin, Adeola, Osideko. If I mention her, let her know that we are really grateful, because she has shown us an example of how to help a younger creative glow, just as we considered last week. And I hope that you did the things that we talked about last week as well. So that is that about celebrating the impact and the way that Minter coach Omobabirin, Adeola, Osideko changed my life. So what we've got to do right now is I want to talk about the 3 creatives I'm spotlighting this week. 3 creatives I'm spotlighting this week. Now, these are creatives I want you to go check out and see the amazing work they're doing. They're an inspiration in the industry, in the coaching industry, in the training industry, in the writing industry, in the speaking industry, as social media entrepreneurs. They are doing amazingly, and I want you to drop their names as I mention their names in the comments. And as I mention their names, I'm going to say a few things about them. Anything that really catches you or catches your fancy or tickles your fancy, let me know. So the first person I want to mention today is Chioma Nana. Chioma Nana. Between the 1st and 7th of August, that's this month, she hosted the Skill Up initiative for 10,000 youth. And I saw how that she grew a Facebook community from almost nothing to currently 9,800 members of that community. Now, so many people benefited from that great initiative that she created. Invited 7 speakers and 7 skill trainers. Oh my, it was a beautiful experience at Creatives in Business, Creatives in Business Skill Up initiative. I was able to watch some of them live, and I was able to watch some of them as replays. She invited fantastic speakers like Mike Oladipo, like Sir John Obidi, Chida's favor, and several other people. Mary Ogudebo, right? I think Mary Ogudebo was one of the speakers there. And then the Dawn of Shameless Marketing, right? Emeka Nobis, and several other wonderful people in the industry. She invited them over, and it was a beautiful experience. So go check her out, Chioma Nana. After that Skill Up initiative, there was an advanced Skill Up initiative where people just had to pay a little amount of money to sign up for public speaking, spoken word poetry. I think if you're seeking to improve yourself as a spoken word poet, you need to go check out Chioma Nana. You need to go check out. She's doing beautiful and amazing work. And we've had her at the Global Masterful Speakers Network come to train for us as well. So she's an amazing person. You know, sometimes some people ask me, Coach, why do you promote people who do exactly the things that you do? Like, are you not trying to shoot yourself on the leg? And I'm like, no. I'm not bothered about that. Because the beautiful thing is this: I give my masterful speakers opportunity to also learn from others. It was John Maxwell who said that the best way to mentor people is to expose them to other great leaders. And that's why I love to expose the people whom I train to other great leaders as well, so that with that mix of influences, they can turn out to be uniquely, remarkably amazing when other people see them. So I'm not trying to monopolize my influence on them. I'm just trying to be one part of their success story. And one other way for me to be one part of their success story is to point them to other people I think are really amazing, whom they can learn from. Chioma Nana actually has 19,000 followers on Facebook right now and growing. She's doing beautiful stuff. So go check out Chioma Nana. There's a lot more that I can say about her, but she's a gifted writer. She's the coach with results. She's Chioma inspires. You know, she's just everything that you want in a coach, and she's the coach with results. I've said already. Go check her out and come give me feedback about. And if you're already following her and you already are familiar with her work, just tell us in the comment section, what do you really value the most about Chioma Nana? The second person I want to mention today is Fee Michael Stephen. Fee Michael Stephen. Now, Fee Michael Stephen is a very interesting thinker and marketing strategist. He is the kind of, he has the wisdom of someone like John Obidi. He has that wisdom. You know, there was a time I was watching his YouTube channel, and I was just wondering the kind of excellence and intelligence that a young man could have. You know, he has great content, and he has a beautiful way of communicating it. You know, as the Masterful Speakers coach, I love to see when people are fantastic communicators of whatever they do. And Fee Stephen is such a beautiful person when it comes to that. Recently, he's been doing this digital business boot camp. He had one in Lagos not too long ago, and I think Chioma Nana was one of the hosts there. But I just discovered that it's coming to Ibadan on 28th September. So we're going to be having the digital business boot camp at the American Corner, Ibadan. And I really want to be there. I've not really scheduled that yet, but I was so excited to see that. I will do my best to fit it into my schedule. So go to his Facebook timeline, Fee Michael Stephen, and make sure that you register. If you're in Ibadan just like me, make sure that you register for that digital business bootcamp, because it's going to be such an amazing experience. I believe definitely from his YouTube videos I've been seeing and from the content I've been seeing and the great results it's been producing, Ibadan is going to experience such a beautiful visit from this amazing, young and vibrant and intelligent coach and speaker and writer, a business mogul. So let's get ready. So go check out Fee Michael Stephen. If you want to understand anything about content writing, copywriting, go check him out. Now, the third person I want to spotlight today is Adebayo Mary Oduayo. Adebayo Mary Oduayo. On August 22nd, Adebayo Mary Oduayo concluded the Hugging Words writing competition. Now, 512 registered participants for that event. 503, at the end, after some reshuffling, 503 people were eligible to participate in that competition. And guess how many people participated? 365 people participated in the Hugging Words writing competition by Adebayo Mary Oduayo. Charity Wusa was spotlighted last week. One of our masterful speakers was one of the judges at that writing competition. As she said, next week Monday, this week Monday, that's tomorrow, the results will be announced. And she's an interesting person. 30,000 naira just in cash. So she's the founder and the lead trainer at the Hugging Words Writers Academy. So if you want to grow as a writer, that's someone to go to. If you want to grow as a writer, go check out our amazing friend Adebayo Mary Oduayo. She's doing an amazing work as a creative and helping other writers to do amazing work as well. So I think there's something I want to say just before I sign out on this particular level and then give you the advice for the week. So I want to say this. I love the title of the writing competition. What good are wings without the courage to fly? What good are wings without the courage to fly? That just reminds me of what Masterful Speaker Dorcas often tells us when we introduce our International Masterful Speakers Masterclass. That's the first of 6 sessions. She often tells us this story about a community of hens. They said that they were really infuriated that people that in the community of birds, this community of hens were really not paid attention to. They felt that they were sidelined. They felt that people did not respect them. So they called a meeting, and the agenda for the meeting was that they wanted to start flying so that they could start getting respected by the community of birds. Now, the interesting thing is that after the long meeting, they actually walked to that meeting that very morning, and in the evening time when they disengaged from the meeting after discussing all the brilliant ideas and making great resolutions about how that they're going to start flying so that they could be respected by the community of birds. Do you know what was interesting? These hens did not fly back. They rather walked back to their cages. I don't know, or to their compounds. So Masterful Speaker Dorcas will often say to us that, you're taking this masterclass, there is no difference if after taking this masterclass you've got wings and you're not flying. After this masterclass, you are not really practicing and showing up on video and getting invitations and putting yourself out there to be a speaker. So she often challenges us with that story. So this title actually reminds me of that. What good are wings without the courage to fly? And then there is this poem. He said that we should come to the edge. We said we cannot, we would fall. He said, come to the edge. We said we cannot, we are scared. And then he came, he pushed us to the edge, and he pushed us over. We did not fall, we flew. So many times we think we are going to fall, but trust me, if we could only take that action, if we could only flap our wings, by the special grace of God, we are going to fly. My advice to you this week, I think that might just pass for advice this week, but I want to remind you that our top 3 creatives for this week that I wanted to check out, they are Chioma Nana, Fee Micah Stephen, and Adebayo Mary Odoaya. So go check them out and drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you find very fascinating about them. So what is my advice for you this week? The truth is this: as a creative, as a speaker, as a writer, as an entrepreneur, as a digital entrepreneur, these are very difficult and very tough times. Now, a lot of people around you who do not do this business, who do not write, who do not speak, who do not do the things that you do, may not even see the value in what you're doing. It might even be that at this season, business is slow and things are kind of difficult for you. But I want to tell you, don't give up. Now, not only should you not give up, the main encouragement I have for you this week is that you should not complain about all of the difficulties that it costs you to show up. Don't tell people like, see, do you know what it cost me to show up for you guys every day? Don't complain about the cost of what it takes you to show up every single time. And every single time you show up, make sure you bring priceless value. Now, this economy is going to improve over time. This economy is going to get better. And the work that you do is still going to be valuable. There are a lot of people who value the work that you do right now. It's only that at this moment, they might not be able to plug into what you're doing. But you know what? If you quit, you are no longer going to be top of mind for them. And when they finally are buoyant, they will not think about you. They will think about only that person who has been consistent the whole time through. So I want to encourage you, do not complain. Do not show up complaining about all that it costs you to show up. Do not complain about all the energy that you have to put into showing up. Show up with a smile on your face, with excitement and enthusiasm written all over you, and serve the people whom God has called you to serve with the skills that God has given you in such a time as this. Now, people around you may not encourage the messy process, because you see, truly, people only celebrate the big wins, because many times the big wins justify the messy process. Now, when people see the messy process and they are not yet seeing the wins, they might think about how that what you're doing might not be valuable. But here is it: if you never give up, if you press on someday, it's going to make sense to them. Don't try to prove anything to the people around you that what you do makes sense. What you do makes sense. But what I want you to do is this: do your best this week, as though what you do makes real sense and serves real people with real value, okay? And with time, I can assure you, you will get rewarded for what you do. Be so good that no one can ignore you. Be so good and serve people with all of your strength. I give the best to the people whom you serve. And I can assure you that one day, very soon, this economy is going to improve. But before it improves, keep doing your best. Keep learning. Keep improving even on marketing. Keep serving people value. And do your best also to make things easy for the people whom you serve. If they cannot pay a particular amount at this season, it's not about trying to sell out or on yourself. It's not about trying to compromise, but also understand with the people who want your services but are not able to get it. So, and I want to also encourage those people out there who want our services but are not able to get it. Feel free to talk to us. We understand the economy, understand the difficulty of this season. So feel free to talk to any coach you reach out to. And there definitely might be a way that they can help you, so that if you don't even have up to the amount that they have cost their product or their service or their class or their training, there could be a way for you to get in and get back at the end of this week and give me feedback about the progress that you make. I remain your friend and your coach, David Lowell. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful week. And stay tuned for more amazing content on this channel, on this profile. See you. Take care of yourself. Bye.